All right, Chicken Mom, we're live, so you can take it away. And congratulations on your 8,000 subs.
Yay! Thank you, thank you. It is Don Little from the Coop Scoop, and I wanted to say thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. But I want to have Chicken Dad on, also
Chicken
known as
Dad.
Mark, so we can talk about our quail and why we got quail, what the point of that was, because I think that we kind of have a little mini homestead, wouldn't you
I'd say.
say?
I would
I
say, yeah.
mean, I guess because where we live, we cannot do the whole, hey, let's go buy a couple of cows or goats for milking because we live in the city.
Even though you would if we would be allowed to. So thank
I
God we
would
don't.
definitely, yeah. Hey, that's not nice.
You want
I
a
mean,
you want a mini donkey.
I would like a mini donkey, but that is a little bit pointless, I guess. That's just so I could have it as a pet. But I would love to be able to do full on homesteading, but because of the fact that we can't have that sort of thing here, like his sister has goats and pigs, and she's got the whole little farm going on down there. But we decided that we would add quail because of the fact that we have been steadily working toward having um, more self sustainability and more, we want to be able to feed ourselves. So
You
I
started
think,
canning a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years
oh my
ago.
gosh, I have been canning longer than that, but
Yeah.
we have literally, we have enough food to last for a while. But, I know that we're probably not going to ever, maybe, I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm saying that, go through some like apocalyptic situation, but our world's a little bit crazy right now.
I think
It's,
that's some people still have their eyes closed, I think, and
yeah,
don't want to acknowledge,
yeah,
everything doesn't have to be a conspiracy theory, right? But
right.
I think you're having some significant people kind of saying something's off, something's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Our country's not
definitely.
not the way it
We're
used
not,
to be.
no, and we're kind of not heading in the right direction, I feel like. But if we have a situation where, suddenly there are some significant supply chain issues, you walk into the grocery store where you've always been able to buy that week's worth of groceries and the staples are no longer on the shelf. We want to be able to already have that here at our house because we have a really probably good situation, even though we can't have the full homestead. We've got pecan trees, we've got um,
Big
what
trees.
mulberries, fig trees. We have a new baby pomegranate tree that has one pomegranate on it. But we have blackberries, and we actually just discovered
Blueberries.
we've got blueberries. We actually just discovered in our woods, right on the edge of the woods, that we have a small, was it black walnut
Black
tree?
walnut. Yeah.
There used to be one here on the property, and
Yeah.
it died years ago. And so I don't know if it made a baby, but it propagated or whatever you call that. Now, we are not really great with gardening, but Mark's sister and her husband, my brother and sister-in-law,
Or
are,
master
well,
gardeners.
yes. So they have got it going on and they know what they're doing. So they
And
live,
he's a beekeeper too. And
he's a beekeeper. They live, I don't know, 8 or 9 miles from us. And so we have a situation where we can help each other out a lot of times. They grow the gardens. And when I say gardens, I mean like they could feed the community, don't you think?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's huge. So every year they do all the hard work, and occasionally we go and help, but then they will give us a call and say, you coming to get beans, or you coming to get peas, you coming to get corn, you want to come and get, so we go down there and I bring it home, and anything that I can and preserve, I can it and
Well,
stick it away.
let's get back to, doesn't really matter what other people think, right? Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. And so I
Absolutely.
think what, you and I at our age, and if time keeps going, you can look at it a couple different ways. You can look at it from the prepping side, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But you can also look at it from the convenience side,
Oh my
to where,
gosh.
for
Yes.
example, here the past few nights, you fixed dinner within 5-10 minutes
Oh
because
my
you
gosh.
just
Yeah.
pop a can, get
Yeah.
some, like tonight was some canned uh, beef
Spicy
that you
beef.
had, spicy
Yeah.
beef, and then we had
Yeah.
some freeze dried potatoes
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just whooped it up.
Yeah.
And so as we get
It has
older,
been very
plus
convenient.
plus our freeze dried food, we have quite a variety of freeze dried
Oh my
foods. We
gosh.
we
Yeah.
freeze dried a lot of figs. We got freeze dried
All kind.
berries. We got, I mean, gosh, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. If you have
Uh,
access to a freeze dryer and figs, it is literally
yeah,
like
it's like candy. It's like
it's
crispy
dangerous.
candy.
I could eat
Yeah.
way too much of that. Yeah. But we like to the best of our ability, live a healthy lifestyle. We both are on the same page with that. And, another thing with how things are going, you keep hearing about things like we want to start doing lab grown meat.
Lab grown meat. Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm not eating lab grown
And
meat.
everything seems to have bioengineered food in the
Yes.
ingredients. So what is that?
I mean, this
Like,
doesn't sound like it's actually food, so I don't really
no.
want to eat that either. And that's one of the reasons that we have chosen to live the lifestyle we live. We can get fresh, organic vegetables from the garden. We have several different kinds of fruits here at the house. We've got the pecans and we've got the chickens, and they provide us with eggs. And, we've never been into eating a lot of processed foods. We like
No.
to eat whole food and healthy things. So, and really and truly, as you get older, you start to realize, especially, and I think you could probably say the same thing, if you eat whole foods and you're eating healthy meats and healthy fats and healthy vegetables and fruits, if you have that cheat day and you go, we're going to, like, because we do, we'll go to Mexican. I love some Mexican. You feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Like your body is saying, you have done a bad thing.
Yeah.
And now today your joints are going to ache a little bit because of it. So, yeah. So we try to eat really healthy. So that, as far as what I was saying a second ago, is we have a good situation because we can help each other out, like family wise. We can get veggies from the garden. We can buy honey from them. And now they've got older hens. Their hens aren't laying anymore, so we can give them as many eggs as they want. So we do a little give and take with the family. And the only thing that's missing from our homestead is a source of meat.
Mm-hmm.
And because of where we live, we can't, like I said, we can't raise,
Cows.
anything that's going to be really considered agricultural or anything that's big and smelly and loud. So we decided we would go with quail. So the quail are not going to be little pets. They're not going to be loved on and everything like my chickens,
They'll
but
have a good life,
they will
but
have the best life that I can
yeah,
absolutely give them. But they are here to provide meat and eggs for us. So,
yeah.
that's kind of something else when you love animals like I do, and Mark can tell you, man, I am an animal. I would rather hang out with animals than people most of the time. Because I love them, I know a lot of people would go, "Oh, how can you eat meat? I'm a vegetarian or I'm a vegan." My body functions better.
Yeah, with
I
protein.
actually did vegetarian for about 18 months years ago. You probably
Yeah.
remember. And it did not I didn't
Didn't go well.
have that experience. I didn't have that. I feel fabulous. I didn't. I didn't have the
Yeah.
energy. I didn't have the strength. And there just came a day when I said, I have to have a steak.
Well,
And
I think it's
I felt 1,000% better.
yeah.
So,
Anybody that does eat meat, I don't think any of us want to know what the animals go through
yeah,
to make it to our plate,
which
right?
is
So,
another reason
yeah,
that we are doing this, because I would never, I mean, I'm probably out there checking on them. Mark asked me earlier today, have you checked on the quail? And I was like, nah, they're fine. I haven't checked on them in a few days. I was like, have you met me? Are you kidding me? I've already been out there like 5 times. I go out there. They are so different than chickens.
Oh my
Like
God.
they are
It's
so vastly
and
different.
we have a lot to learn. It's going to be an interesting journey and a process.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're already figuring out some things. It's like it started out sad. It started out, just
Yeah.
with the debacle of the postal service, and overnight turned into 4 days, and two of them had died, and trying to figure out, which ones
Yeah.
are
Still
male. Well, we were
right.
supposed to add two male and eight females, and the place we got them from didn't really help the situation much at first.
Mm-mm.
But anyway,
No,
that's a whole
but
nother
they
story.
have ended up telling us that we have a male left.
Yeah.
So if that's true, and honestly, I don't have enough experience still looking at them. Half of them look like they could go either way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So hopefully we do have a male. If we do, then we will have fertilized eggs. And from what I understand, quail aren't really good at being broody or anything. They don't want to really sit on their eggs, so we will have to incubate them. But that's why we got them, so that we could provide a meat protein for ourselves. So I don't want to get, they're adorable. I'm not going to lie, they're
Yeah.
cute. I don't want to get super attached to them. So I go out, I meet their needs, I make sure they have fresh food and fresh water, and they are all happy. And I gave them their little sand, I call it the beach, and they love to, dust bathe in there. And it's so cool, even though it's 92 degrees. I can go stick my feet in that sand and it feels fantastic. So I know they have a place to stay comfortable. And what we want to do, or what we plan to do, that is, if we do indeed have a male, is once we incubate the eggs, we are going to build a couple of 8 foot by 2 foot cages. And the youngsters will, once they're old enough and out of the brooder, they will go into those cages, and then we'll just rotate,
Yeah.
the ones that are in the AV. I want them to have genuinely a happy life. So about the time that they're old enough, they might stay in the cage for just a short time, and then they'll go down into what I call the aviary. And that way, because they utilize it. They go in there and they kind of mini fly around. And speaking of that, let me just address some comments that I've had, as well as questions that I've had, because I've had a number of people say, I can't wait to see them with the chickens. I can't wait to see them meet the chicks. Or when are you going to put them together? Or are you going to put them together? That cannot happen. And there's several reasons for that. One is my hens would kill them. I mean, the size difference is pretty extreme. I think probably the average weight of any of our hens is around 7 pounds. That's probably an average. These little guys, probably maxing out is going to be the very most, if we happen to get a big one, is going to be 10 ounces.
And they
They'll
also can kind of
probably,
pass on some disease
they
as
can
well.
exchange
Yeah.
diseases. So they haven't even really seen each other. We've got it fenced off to where they can't go near them. Especially, I want them to have a little bit of a quarantine period. But it's a little bit more dangerous for the quail, because the chickens are a little hardier. I think they can handle things. But another reason is that they can't be together is they have different nutritional needs. They eat a different kind of feed. And so they shouldn't be eating chicken feed. And the biggest reason is they could fly.
Well,
So,
and I think also what we'll start doing is we have a lot of freeze dried eggs,
yeah,
a whole lot of
yeah,
eggs, but we're going to start selling some of the eggs and selling
yeah.
some of the quail eggs to offset the food cost. So if anybody wants to get into raising quail or chicken for eggs, you're not going to save money unless you do offset
Mm-mm.
and
No,
sell them. But it's more for a self-sustaining and healthier lifestyle of knowing
absolutely.
where your
Yeah,
food comes from and knowing it
yeah,
hasn't been processed or steroids or all that stuff. But I think for people that are maybe see this, they go, well, that's all great, and I don't have any land, I can't have any chickens or whatever. But what you can do is learn how to can.
yeah.
Go to Sam's
Pressure
Club, or
can. Yeah,
go to
yeah,
Sam's Club, or go to Costco or whatever it is in your area, and buy in bulk and start canning your own
yeah.
stuff and
It
putting it
is.
aside. Go to the farmer's market and get veggies and
Yeah, because I've said in another video, sometimes freezer space is a big issue. Like you can
mhm.
find something and go, oh my gosh, I wish I had enough room to buy all of this, whatever it might be that's on sale. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah.
If you pressure can, because when we have a day that it is rainy or, in the winter especially, I just dedicate that day to canning, and I will
Yeah.
can whatever I have because I can't really be outside because it is kind of time consuming and you do have to
Yeah.
babysit it and everything. But
So everybody can
um,
start somewhere. So
yeah, yeah. On top of
what
the
else?
fact that if you even lived in a neighborhood and your houses were 2 feet apart, you could still have quail.
Yeah, you can.
They're
And they
very
don't need
quiet.
a lot of room. You can
Mm-mm,
obviously do some
mm-mm.
YouTube searches and be
Yeah,
surprised at how many quail some people have in a very
yeah,
small area.
yeah.
What
The
else you
one
got on
thing
your
that
list?
we have not talked about, or even we've talked about it, but is incubating the eggs. So
Mm,
I think that I really want to. I've been thinking about, sort of goals for the channel, and I know a lot of you are here for the chickens because they are the stars of the show, so to speak, especially
and always
Charlotte,
will be.
and always will be. But
Hey now,
because
don't
we
be dissing
do,
my Maisie.
Maisie is fabulous, but she's a daddy's girl, and that's just not right because all the chickens are supposed to love me more. But no, we have never incubated eggs, so this is going to be a whole new adventure. So when we do that, I think what I want to do with the channel is have playlists where it's
Yeah.
just about the quail. And if it's not something that interests you, then you don't have to go to that playlist and look at anything. But as we learn different things, like how to get a good hatch rate when we are growing out some chicks, and they're so tiny. I mean, when I have looked at videos of these little quail when they hatch out, they are so incredibly tiny that it seems almost impossible that they would survive
Yeah.
because they're so little. They're like, "Eek." But
Thing is, go
we're
ahead.
going to have a little learning curve with that.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to do well and have good hatch rates and raise these little babies up and give them the best life that they can have. Because, like that's what we were saying, kind of alluding to earlier, is if you are somebody that eats meat, if you're somebody that doesn't eat meat, good for you. I mean,
Yeah.
I say you go. If you are somebody that eats meat, then for me, it gives me a little peace of mind to know that the animals that I am that are giving their life for us
Yeah.
have had a great life instead of the factory farming situation. That's really one of the other reasons that I wanted the chickens, because I wanted to know that I was not supporting that industry.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of eggs and we use a lot of eggs for different recipes and stuff. So I wanted to, be able to know my chickens are living their best life. I mean,
They're
there
living
they are
beyond the
in there.
best life, and I think was what I think people can see from the channel, because you've got the trolls out there and you got the
Oh
people.
yeah.
You people are weird. They're just chickens, but I don't think. Well, if they watch the channel enough, I think a lot of people are surprised that chickens can be pets. Like
Exactly.
they're like
Yeah.
for real,
Yeah.
and they are
They
so
make great pets.
funny and quirky. They're loud. God, they're loud. Be prepared for that. They are
Yeah.
loud,
Yeah.
and
There's
we don't even have a rooster, which of course that's roosters will crow all throughout the day, and that is a problem
yeah.
here in our county. But the hens, it goes through spells, and once they're done, and you don't even
Right.
know they're out there for the rest of the day. But
And they do
they're
feed off of
just
each other. If
they
one
are
is singing the
fun. They're
egg
funny.
song,
They're
everybody
funny,
joins in.
and
Yeah.
these are spoiled chickens. They for real are.
Yeah.
They have don't even know they've got this incredible huge coop, and Lord forbid you don't let them out the first thing in the morning, because all they
Immediately.
do is yeah.
Yeah. They just stand with their little beaks against the hardware cloth, pleading
Let
for
me out.
freedom. Yeah. Like you just woke up. Calm down. But yeah, that is, anyway, we did just want to tell you guys what the purpose for us getting quails, was because, so you will probably be seeing them, in the same light that I have my chickens. And I know that might be kind of totally weird to some people, but I can't have a rooster. So I also don't want to try to raise meat chickens.
Yeah,
It's just, it would be difficult where we live.
yeah,
And it would also really, I think that would be harder for me to differentiate because I'm not going to lie. these quail, as cute as they are, they've got zero personality. They
And
really,
let's just say, the channel's for the subscribers, love all the subscribers and
yeah,
make some, what do you like to see? What do you like seeing on the channel?
right,
What would you
yeah,
like to see? What you like for us to share? Because again, the process of the quail is going to be a learning curve. So we got a lot to go through and we'll
yeah.
just kind of document our
So yeah,
journey
so if you
there.
guys are interested in learning more about quail, we're going to be learning right along with you
Yeah.
because
So
we
as
do
far as
not
the freeze
entirely know
drying, I
what we're
can do
doing.
more freeze drying videos
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
kind of show that because we had a learning curve there, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been fun and you blink and you wake up and before you know it, you have a whole bunch of food and
Yeah.
now how many
Yeah.
chickens we're going to have now?
26.
26.
We have 20. We're not going to have, we already have them.
We already,
They're just tiny.
so,
They're just
so
little fuzz
got
balls.
some pretty fun videos coming about the new names.
Yeah.
And of course, don't
Yes.
ask me to name them all because I can't even remember
No, no.
all the names we have. But
I have the,
there's
and I have had a couple of subscribers suggest names, and I'm sorry, I can't do it. Like Mark can tell you, when I used to foster, I would get like a litter of puppies, and I was so excited that I would get to name them. I would be like, 7 puppies, I get to name 7 puppies. So I love that. So I have to
yeah,
give my own chickens. But
and we do go ahead.
we are going to put a video out soon, and we want to tell you guys a little story.
That's what I
So,
was
and
about
you'll
to
get
say.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll get to
Yeah.
know us a little bit
The
better.
name of this chicken will be a really interesting
Special,
story about the house we're in,
yeah,
the history to
a
the
little
house.
history
Yeah,
and
it'll
something
be
super cool, yeah,
yeah.
that happened a couple years ago.
So
So yeah,
we
so
named one of
that
the chicks in honor of
somebody,
her. So
yeah. I don't know if she would appreciate.
I
I
think it's
literally,
cool.
I like all of my chickens. Now, I do have a couple of the chicks that don't really have old-fashioned names, but I just named everybody an old-fashioned name. And I have another Jersey Giant.
Mm,
One of the chicks is a Jersey Giant, and I said his mom's named Betty, and I said, "Would your mom be offended if I named it Betty, like Black Betty?" And he said probably. So I didn't. I mean,
well,
she'd
anything
probably never
else on your
know, but.
list that you want to?
No, I
You
think
want to?
that's it. I just wanted to let you guys say thank you, first of all, for supporting the channel
Yes,
and for
thank you.
getting me to over 8. As I went to bed last night, I was like, what?
That is
Because I
so
know I have
awesome.
sort of missed a few of my milestones because I'll notice it and then I get busy and I forget.
And
So
also, she does address every comment. So if a comment's missed, it's because it somehow got buried or lost.
truly,
Sometimes
yeah,
YouTube will play a
it
trick
is.
and
Yeah. And I
it'll be
and I honestly don't really understand exactly totally how YouTube does that because I can go onto YouTube, go down my list of comments, and then I can go to the studio and there'll be comments that I can't see.
and
They're not being held for review or anything. They're
let's
just,
give fair warning. We're gonna start having some fun with you trolls.
yeah.
Those that
I
makes these
think, yeah.
little
Yeah, I think that,
comments or snarky comments,
yeah,
we're gonna
because
have some fun with that.
I
There's
get
some people.
some,
So the world's full of
yeah,
it. But
yeah.
all y'all awesome subscribers and it
We
makes
love
me
you.
proud. Makes me proud
Yeah.
to see Donna and her element and being able to have the fan base
Hanging out
grow
in the
and
yard with chickens.
yeah,
It's what I do
chicken mom.
best.
That's what you do
It's what
best.
I do best.
All right, baby. So
But
anything you want to say
anyway,
anything else?
yes, thank you guys a whole bunch. And we just wanted to let you know why we got quail. And I also want, like I said, we're going to put some playlists together. And I want to have Chicken Dad join the channel a little bit more if
Mhm.
he is good with that. And then we're going to do like maybe some homesteading videos just in general. I want to have, like I said, the whole quail playlist. The chickens are always
Mm.
just going to be, on there every single day. But maybe even put up some recipes
Yeah.
and that sort of thing with eggs, with quail.
We got some
Yeah,
fun with. I'm looking forward to the quail eggs.
yeah, me
So
too. Me too.
they're supposed to be more creamier and nutritious.
And nutritious, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just heard, which I hope is true, that there's something in them that helps with people that have allergies. And
Mm.
I have allergies. I will be eating some quail egg to see if it helps because I love spring and it does not love me back.
It does
So
not love you back.
no, we shall see. But you guys have a fantastic day. We love you bunches, and we will see you in the next video.
Thanks for your support of the channel. And don't forget to click that like and subscribe. Cameron.
Exactly.
All
Cameron
right,
in the
guys.
background.
We'll check
All
y'all
right.
later.
All right. Bye.